Reno Belcastro on the left of your screen taking on Jerry Morris for the lightweight division finals. Belcastro from Windsor, Ontario. Morris from Saint Martin and from Holland. Always a feeling out portion you would expect, but a big axe kick from Belcastro to start things off.
Well, this is interesting because different athletes have what they like. You've got specialists in the Thai kickboxing, specialists in the grappling and submission. So sometimes we've seen athletes wait and try to get into their discipline to win, and sometimes we've seen them come out and try to strike early.
Of course, the natural tendency for martial artists is to use the feet, use the kicks, the side kicks, the straight kicks, but at times you start seeing them punch, and it's a whole new discipline for them to start using the hands.
Absolutely. Then you get a different test on the chin when the competitions where it's allowed. Now here it's not permitted to the face, so they're very happy with that, but you can still go to the body and work a boxer that way.
And for that reason, you will see boxers who come in and learn the martial arts. You'll see kickboxers who come in to learn the grappling. You'll see regular judo guys coming in to learn the fighting aspects.
And the fun part is you do have a raging debate over which is better. Is it better to be well-rounded in the three areas and maybe not excel in any one, or is it better to have a specialty? And I think that's the groundswell.
Down to the canvas goes Morris. No point is scored. It does have to be a clean takedown, and you must remain on your feet when you do take down the opponent. Morris, the champion here in 1995, 96, and 97. Belcastro, though, showing no respect for a champion.
That was a good move there, even if it's not scoring. The potential intimidating aspect of that is nice for him.
Closing seconds of the first round. Scheduled for 9, but you never know in Shidokan. And that's the end of the first round. The only action really came from Reno Belcastro in that first round. No points were scored. You take a look at Jerry Morris and Delcastro into the corner.
Well, it's a matter of you get the toss, and even though it doesn't score, maybe you're the boss. Let it be known you're going to be there.
You got to send that message sooner or later. Round number 2. Same rules as the first round.
Round 2. 0-0.
Seems a little more respect being shown by each fighter toward their competitor.
And now that they know what each other has. Now, usually in a long martial arts battle, you might work the legs more, and then you can destroy the kicking ability of your opponent. Here you have an option not to care as much about that because you won't really be in the martial arts mode the entire time.
Thai boxing and the grappling still ahead. Tough to go against a 3-time champion. Belcastro has a big hill to climb, but you have to go in there thinking you're the king.
You have to go in there with that aspect, and that's what he did with the toss right away, trying to send some type of, you have the idea that he's going to be in here, but, you know, you look at Morris, and you can just tell a variety of weapons he's got just in this discipline. Hasn't even turned on the gloves yet, but very good work all the way around.
Good defense from Morris right there to turn away the attack by Belcastro and then throw a headlock on him.
You really do have to get into the mental aspect of this game. You talk about a 3-time champion here. Just the mental edge right here. He comes in expecting to win, and he can just pound away. Even if he doesn't score, he's got the confidence that he'll open up something later.
I think the best time to take down the champion in Shidokan is early on, because as the fighter goes through the 9 rounds, it's amazing how much you do wear down. And if you start to see your opponent wear down, you get the fire even more. And if you can get them early, that's the best time to get a champion, I think.
I agree with that. The form will show later on if he gets out of the early trouble.
Of course, he knows what it takes to get through those 9 rounds as all. Get through those 9 rounds as well. And so that's the end of the second round. Morris into the corner, shakes his head, says, hey, this guy's got nothing. I think Delcastro has to think the same thing.
Well, more aggression from Morris in this round here. Excellent body work right here. Pounding the body very nicely. Now, Delcastro trying to protect himself, but He gets hit with 6 shots, and then his opponent goes right to the leg attack.
No points scored, but certainly taking a lot out of Delcastro with those punches.
It's like, hey, I have no ribs left, but you have no points.
Exactly.
Yeah, we didn't see the sweep there. We didn't see the takedown and everything else, but Morris put a hurting on him without scoring.
Maybe Delcastro thinking, maybe I can break one of his hands with my ribs. Maybe he'll get my sternum. Morris is down, no points. It was Morris on the attack. Delcastro just taking what was left over of that momentum.
Really gives you a good illustration of how hard it is to score in Shidokan. That was a nice move by Delcastro, and still, it wasn't totally clean. And since it wasn't perfect, the points were not awarded.
Very traditional in that sense, going back to the Japanese roots of this sport, where it does have to be clean. You have to have a very clear dominance over your opponent before you can score.
I mean, you can make a move that's 90% effective, and it's a great move. You did everything right practically, but if it doesn't fall in exactly, there are no points. And basically what it does over the long haul is it trains the athletes to seek that perfection and be better.
A punch might have got up just a little bit high. No punching to the face or neck in the first 3 rounds with the bare knuckle. And it's tough not to do that when you're throwing so many punches and so many techniques.
So many techniques, and basically these are setup rounds for what you want to go into later when you've only got the 3. And if you like, in this case, Morris has worked the body very well, and points or no points may be a very good discouraging aspect that he's been able to unleash here.
Well, Delcastro is going to feel that in the later rounds as well, and not to mention tomorrow. Final seconds of